Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. So have you ever experienced freedom before? Or what is freedom? Freedom is can come in all sorts of different flavors and different sizes, and sometimes freedom can be, well, you got your driver's license and you feel free now. You can drive wherever you want. Or you graduate from high school, now you have this newfound freedom. You can be an adult, do whatever you want to do. But really, is that all what freedom is? Or freedom just to do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it? I'm not sure that's total freedom. And I know that we haven't experienced what being enslaved or slavery is, but the Israelites did. The Israelites from the Old Testament in the Bible, they had experienced slavery to the extreme. And they've been in slavery off and on throughout their history, but there's a little hidden away nugget of truth in the book of Ezra. See, Ezra and Nehemiah, they go together, kind of two books you need to read together. And Israel has been enslaved for many, many years in Babylon. They've finally been rescued, and they're able to come back and come from Babylon back to Jerusalem. And through the book of Ezra and Nehemiah, you see that the people are coming back in waves. Different waves are coming back. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. And Ezra is setting up, well, the Word of God, the law again, and Nehemiah is setting up, well, the walls of the temple and the temple being rebuilt again. And so what takes place, hidden away in Ezra chapter 7, verse 10, is a little model for us on how to find freedom, and a little model for us to know how Ezra acted and how we should act. What a strange place to find that, but in Ezra 7:10, let me read it to you. Well, let me go back to verse 8 to give you context. So Ezra chapter 7, verse 8. Ezra arrived in Jerusalem in the 5th month of the 7th year of the king. He had begun his journey from Babylon on the first day of the 1st month, and he arrived in Jerusalem on the 1st day of the 5th month. A lot of timing there, but watch this. For Ezra had devoted himself to the study and observance of the law of the Lord and to teaching its decrees and laws in Israel. Now, if you just read that verse out of context, you'd go, well, he's been doing this a while. But the reality is he waited 13 years, when you put all the timeline together, coming back to Israel to be able to start again to teach these things. But look at this order. Ezra had devoted himself to the study. So he studied it first, and the observance, and he obeyed it, and then he taught it. So he studied it, obeyed it, then he taught it. And the reality is that's the way we should live our lives. We should study the Word of God. We should dive into it. We should not just read it, but get into the details. And then we should obey it before we even get around to sharing its truth with other people. So we have a consistent Christian life that we're walking with Jesus. Ezra is a hero of mine. He did that, and he waited 13 years. Oh, by the way, there's only one scroll, one Bible, if you will, back then, that Ezra had been poring over before he turned around and presented it again in a huge worship celebration when they came back to Jerusalem and built the walls and the temple again. It was an amazing picture. But Ezra serves as an example for us to study, obey, and then teach it to other people. Hope it's encouraging to you. I encourage you to go do that with your life. Go study the Word of God, go obey the principles that are there, and then turn around and share it with other people and pass it on. Hope this has been encouraging you today. Have a great day. Until next time, we'll see you, Java with Jeff.